No, it's never permitted to attend in this case, because this is a true schismatic community, because they are denying the truths that the church has ahead concretely. So the Sedevacantists is a true schismatic community, in some way comparable with the Orthodox churches, who also deny that there is ahead, the difference is, of course, between the Orthodox and the Sedevacantists, that the Orthodox deny the principle of the primacy of the Pope, which the Sedevacantists do not deny, the principle that there is the primacy of the Pope, the dogma. But they deny this dogma in the praxis, the Sedevacantists, because now 70 years there is no head of the church, or someone goes back to 80 years, others community go back to 100 years, others go back 50 years, now others are saying now with Francis there is no more Pope, now 8 years, and so on. It is a completely subjectivist, really a subjectivism criteria. And it's against reason, against common sense, and against the trust in God, that God is always, even in the worst situations in the history of the church, there was always a Pope. Well, there had been a short time of vacancy of the See of Peter, but not a considerable period of time. And therefore, in this case, the Sedevacantists, they are denying in praxis the reality of the primacy of the Pope. And this is as an essential part of our Catholic faith. And in this point, they are in some way similar to the Orthodox communities, who are denying both the practical, concrete aspect of the papacy and the theoretical, the dogma also. And so therefore, we cannot go in this case, to the Sedevacantist Mass when we believe truly in the fullness of the revealed truth of the primacy of the Pope, which cannot God leave his church so long time without a head. So we are, according to the Sedevacantists, the church has no head. So it is without head. And so it's against the visibility of the church. And I repeat, it is coming closer to the Orthodox, because the Orthodox say the church, the head of the church is invisible, they say. It's only Christ. So the church can exist, say the Orthodox, without a visible head. They say the Orthodox. And in some way, now the Sedevacantists, they say also the church now is existing now already 70, 80 years or more without a visible head. So it is, I repeat, against the fundamental structure which God gave to the church, the visibility also of a head, of the Pope, the Bishop, the priest, is a visibility. So. And therefore we cannot do this when we believe in the fullness of the primacy. It's a difference between the Society of Pius X, because the Society of Pius X, they accept the Pope and they name him in the Mass, they pray for him. So they are Catholics in this way. They cannot only, the problem is that they do not obey him in concrete orders which the Pope gave, but this is only a canonical aspect, an exterior aspect of obedience, which is in this concrete extraordinary crisis of the church in some way justified the situation of Pius X's community, because the crisis is so enormous, and the popes in some way helped and promoted some bad things in the church, in the liturgy and so on, which justifies, in this case, the situation of the Society of Pius X. It's a temporary. But I think that the importance is to believe in the primacy, and it's not always necessary for the fullness of the Catholic truth to obey to every singular order of a pope, but to obey when he commands the doctrine, which is the true doctrine of Christ. Then, of course, we have to obey to the pope. And in this case, the Society of Pius X obeys the true doctrine, which the Church always had in this case, but only the concrete canonical submission, in this case, it is difficult in our time. So this is the difference between the situation of Pius X and the Sedevacantist communities.